Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Sorry for the second there. I'm also gonna grab my hat. I just realized I'm not wearing my hat. Where did I put it? I put it back here. There we go. Now I got it. How's everybody been doing today? Sorry for the late start there. I think I mentioned this Saturday. I was having some technical difficulties with like with the capture cards and everything. Just like no audio coming through for me. They weren't working. I tried messing with it to fix it, and the like tradition of technology, it broke more. But I got it fixed. It took like opening up my computer, uninstalling, reinstalling graphics or capture cards, not graphics cards. That would have been even more of a pain. Dealing with wherever the heck these cables are going. I need to really work on cleaning up this setup. Figuring out which controller is which right here. Because here's the problem right now, guys. I have two silver GameCube controllers that run off my desk and the cables go down and twist over everything. Which is which? Okay, this is... I really just click a button. Okay, this is our... This right here is our Coliseum controller. This is my Ruby controller. So there we go. Now we know what we're doing. We can start a new game. Yeah, so MT Cinder, Kooky, Spartan76, your boy Kevin. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Hope you guys have been having a good day. And Kooky, it's good to see you. It's been a while. I feel like it's been a while. How you been? And then the Spartan76 and your boy Kevin. I also feel like it's been a little bit. Hatless, mindless, very saucy. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've seen that. My hair is too long now. I have a feeling I'll probably need to get it cut soon for like certain video calls and stuff, but like I've been avoiding getting it cut just because like for one it's money and I'm not going anywhere, so I don't care if my hair looks phenomenal or anything. And also just like being in a hair salon, like the same kind of deal. It's like it's not worth going in there and having like near face-to-face contact right now. I was like trying to just hold off until I can get the vaccine, so we'll see if I can do that. Not gonna believe your shiny luck. Got 3 shinies through Masuda, Squirtle and 35 eggs, Duskull and 21 eggs, and Ponyta and 36 eggs, all back to back. That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's great. That is some incredible luck right there. Hair is long too. Playing Minecraft, of course, unfortunately, I've been caught up in this other realm. You're on to do much on yours. It's all good. All good. I played a lot yesterday on the realm. Played a lot. We have the mending villager now. Now I'm gonna start having to work on like an enchanting table and all that good stuff, and you know, fun times. Yeah, I feel like a villager spawner or a villager breeder / carrot farm wasn't necessarily the best like immediate starting project, but we got it. I got it done. I got it done. Now I have like infinite carrots and we have infinite villagers. To the point that they're actually breaking out of the like containment cell, and I had to solve that with some lava, but it's all good now. And also, that's something to mention, for anyone who isn't aware, on the Discord, we have a Minecraft realm now. It's members only, just because there's a limit to the number of people you can have in a realm and whatnot, but that is now a new perk of being a member on the channel, just as a heads up. It's not just the emotes anymore, it is also that, it's the Minecraft server. Yeah, what's up, Vanillix? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so like, since I have to like manually add everyone and all that stuff, like, making it member only so I don't potentially have like 200 plus people be like, yo, add me, and be like, just having to like calm it for myself, you know. But yeah, that's there now. We got a few people on it. I've been playing that a bunch. I think we talked about it, was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday. It was Friday or Saturday. No, it was Friday. It was Friday for sure. Because Jiha was on the stream talking about it on Saturday. So yeah. Yeah, it was Friday. We were talking on the chat, on the stream chat, and everyone was we were talking about Minecraft. It's like, man, I really only like I always want to play more Minecraft, but I'm only ever motivated on servers. So, like, we decided to set one up. Don't dabble in realms very much, so you don't know how they work. They're literally just a server hosted by Mojang. The only thing that you have to do is, like, the host or the owner of the realm has to add you. Aside from that, it's a normal server. There's no, like, for everyone else to use it, there's no paying or anything. Like, it's just I have to pay for the realm, and then anyone else can join it that I invite. So because I, as the host, have to invite them, that's why I just set it up where it's the member thing. Playing hardcore with mods, and woo, your palms are sweaty. Can't wait till you get this shiny MT. I am so hyped for this shiny. Like, we're only 20 encounters into this hunt, but man, oh man, am I excited to possibly get this thing. Or not possibly get this thing, we're gonna get it. Possibly get it soon. But yeah, so a realm's literally just a normal Minecraft server, just without you having to set up a Minecraft server. It's the easiest for, like, it's the easiest thing for a public-facing server like that. Because, like, I know how to set up a server. My computer could handle running a server, but for one, you have downtime if my power goes out or my internet goes out. If I have to reboot my computer, there's no, like, schedule for that. You know, that kind of thing. And also just the idea of having an open port with an IP address on the internet's kind of scary. Playing Minecraft by yourself is kind of boring. Used to play a lot yourself. It was a lot more fun with people on servers. For me, the problem is I'm too tempted to restart if I do it myself. Like I can go and, like, try to find the perfect spot, but if I don't find, like, the perfect spot that I'm envisioning in my head on a single-player world, I'll just restart until I can find the perfect spot, which is boring. It gets very boring doing it that way. So that's where it's like, it's really nice to be able to just, like, like, force yourself not to reset it. Like, oh, this isn't the perfect world, but there's other people already building here. I can't just reset the thing. Like, every time you die in Minecraft now, you literally just close the game. I don't have a problem with dying so much. My biggest issue is when, like, I die from a creeper because I stayed up, like, 5 seconds too long at night, and they wander out of a cave entrance, like, halfway through the day, and it's like, come on, man. That's my only issue, is, like, that, and filling in the creeper hole, especially if, like, I was working on some, like, redstone project and they blew it up. That's the only time I ever, like, kind of rage at dying in Minecraft. Yo, Wake, what's going on? Stopping by briefly. Your team's got a presentation due tomorrow, and you're doing some last-minute debugging. Awesome, good luck with that, man. So I guess, were you able to get everything set back up in AWS for that, or was that a different project? This is gonna sound weird, but you're not interested in playing single-player Minecraft, but also when you play on servers, you mostly like to do your own thing. Same, though, Cinder, same. Like, I want to go settle my own base. I honestly want to be somewhere where I can't see anyone else. Because the thing is, I like building in a certain style and all this, and, like, I want to, like, have full control over it. But I want to be able to interact with people. I want to go see what they built. I want to go, like, fight the end dragon together. Like, I want to do the big things together and, like, build infrastructure to connect us and everything. Because, like, I think that's what kind of makes it a little bit more exciting than just, like, single-player worlds where I can just build a self-contained, fully automatic everything. It makes all the food, it does all this. And then what's the point? So, it's fun to have other people on there for the potential collaboration, and in my case, again, for the forcing myself to play the world. You know, have those kind of things. But then, aside from that, ignore everyone else and just go and do my own thing. For when you get to sleep and phantoms come out, you don't even have to sleep all the way. Like, I don't think people realize that you don't actually have to, like, reset the night. You literally just have to go right-click a bed. Getting settled with AWS is successful and you're almost fully functional. Hey, that's awesome, Wait. Glad to hear it. Same. I see we're on the same page, Cinder. It's like, yeah, it's like, I want to go build my own stuff. Because, again, like, I'm using this as, like, a substitute for single-player. Remember when you were so confused when you first encountered them? Didn't know they existed and didn't know how they came out until someone told you. Yeah, because that was one of those things where those came out while I wasn't, like, paying attention to Minecraft, so I wasn't aware of, like, the new stuff. Like, I wasn't aware of their new functionality, they were just suddenly there. But I built my stuff underground, so it didn't matter for the longest time. One thing I do need to look into, and it might be a thing where I add like one command block hidden in like the spawn chunk somewhere, is just something to make sure like anyone can reset the day without like the whole server sleeping. Cinder mentioned it being a game rule. I tried finding a game rule, but it sounds like it's something you have to control with like a command block or a mod. So since we're on Realms, I can't do it with a mod. So I might have to do it with a command block. Just got a pair of dogs and you found one fox in the taiga as well. Hoping to find another so you can breed them and immediately steal their child. Definitely not evil Cinder. Unless these flying things attack me, right? What update did they come in? Because I feel they were kind of added as a way, I guess, to like repair Elytra, right? Like that's what they feel like to me. After anyone who's dies to a charged creeper. I've yet to see a charged creeper in the wild. Alright, let's save. Guess we want to save the game. Our game is saved. So now we can power cycle. And wait, because we don't really do anything for the next minute or so. Never seen one? Not in a survival world. No. Can't open Pokemon Home on your phone and you've tried everything. Oh no. What could have caused that? Not my fault the game requires you to separate a mother and her child in order to get a fox that won't run away from you. I mean, yeah, that's fair. The game does make you do that, I guess. I can't say anything. The amount of horrific things I do to villagers just to make farms a little bit more automated is kind of bad. I'll give that. I can't blame anyone. All right. Power cycle is Game Boy. Alright, and the bonus disc is ready again. Weirdly, I don't know why, like, sometimes the second GameCube, the bonus disc GameCube reboots. I don't know why. Eternal Coco, welcome, welcome. How you doing today? Literally walk out of your house and it's a thunderstorm and there's a creeper outside and I get struck by lightning. Didn't even have a chance to react. See, so I'm kind of glad I haven't seen a charged creeper, because it wouldn't be like that. Always kill the iron golem in the village for some reason. Why? Just take some villagers, permanently leave them scared, and get more iron golems. Alright, first Jirachi encounter of the stream, guys. That only took like 12 minutes. Yo, Juan, what's going on? Have a small tip that can save a bit of time. If you hold B during text and spam A, B makes sure the text is always sped up, and A makes sure you click to the next text sooner. Yo, Juan, that is a absolute pro tip right there. That's actually really nice. Just being able to hit A and like not have to worry about not actually doing anything with it. No, it costs a lot, but if you get 4 games and 4 GameCubes, it'd be 4 times faster. This is true. That's how the other people who have hunted this have done it. But yeah. With my current setup, I need 2 GameCubes per setup. Because I need a way to capture some Game Boy footage. And the best way I can do that is a Game Boy player. In this current situation, you could use a DS capture card, but my DS capture card has a capture cable port instead of a link cable port, and you need the link cable port. So I have a Game Boy player on a GameCube and another GameCube to run the disc. So I'm running 2 GameCubes right now for this hunt. But yeah, you're right, Coco. How you could run 4 Game Boys and like make this hunt significantly faster. Become a colonizer when you find a village. You're all mine now. Man, I gotta say though, that village near spawn is amazing. Like, that's one of the bigger villages I've seen. It had 2 blacksmiths. Like, I know they kind of reworked village generation, I think, a little bit, but man, that was a cool village. Especially to just like spawn in and see it and be like, ooh. Because the first thing I was gonna go do was find a village to go and get the 6 villagers that I needed from it. And I've returned them all at this point. I've taken 6 villagers back. Not the same villagers. What did I say about your last comment? I'm sorry, man. I don't know how that could happen. The home stuff. Like, is there any kind of errors you're getting? Like, why wouldn't it let you connect? I don't know how that could happen. The new cave generation is cool. Yeah, yeah. That looks so cool. That looks so cool. I can't wait for it to be in like the actual game and not just snapshots. Because the cave generation looks cool. And the new biome looks really cool, the lush caves. So it'll be cool to see that fully implemented. Because right now, I think the latest snapshot, as far as I know, the last one I played, which wasn't too long ago, it was like a week or 2 ago, had, like, you had to set single biome lush caves to see them. Had a world that spawned next to a woodland mansion. Dude, that's awesome, though, because those are ridiculously rare. I also haven't seen one of those. The amount of time I have searched for a woodland mansion, I have never seen one. Finally, caves aren't boring, right? Like, because the thing is, the interesting caves in the current generation of, like, the current cave generation are, like, kind of, just, like, they're too chaotic, you know? Hey, you found a second fox. Awesome, Cinder. Glad to hear it. The new ore is super cool. Yeah, copper looks cool. And they redesigned all the ores, so, like, you can tell them apart based off of their, like, shape. And not just off of their color, which probably helps a lot of people. Doesn't get past the loading screen. That's so strange. Is home, like, down today or something? Because that almost sounds like the service is down. Only cool caves are the mine shafts. I mean, mine shafts are okay. I feel like mine shafts used to be a lot cooler. At least for me. Because honestly now, when I run into a mine shaft, because you're kind of bound to if you do a lot of mining. Because of the way I mine, I prefer to not find any caves or any mine shafts or anything, because if I do find them, I'm just going to keep popping back out into them. So I gotta get this hair, like, out of my headphone. Again, I can't wait until the day where I can actually, like, get my hair cut, like, safely. What happens if Pooch or Torchic are accidentally shiny? If Poochiena's shiny, tough luck, we can't do anything about it. It's uncatchable in these games. That's just how it happens. If Torchic's shiny, I'm getting a link cable so I can trade the Torchic away from this save, so we can keep going for Jirachi. But we'll keep Torchic. So like if we found Torchic today and I don't have that link cable today, we would stop the stream. I don't have anything else I can really do because Torchic is on my list to hunt. So yeah, we'll if we find Torchic, we'll consider it a successful like phase for Jirachi, and we'll go again. But, like I said, we'll have to have the link cable so I can trade it, because I got a Game Boy over there that I can, like, trade it to the Emerald save on, or I can trade it to the Japanese saves I have, or just anything, and then we'll find Jirachi. Then we'll keep going for Jirachi. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, cave spiders? Yeah. Cave spiders are awful. This is starting off promisingly. Remember you used to try to build things off the handbooks? What handbooks? Hey, and we got a crit. That went well. I think that's the first time we've beat Mudkip while staying in the green. Minecraft handbooks, the old ones? Never saw any of those. I know they existed, I didn't know they had, like, designs in them. Ah, construction, I see. Alright, now that we're in here, I'll go ahead and get the bonus disc going. Alright. And there we go. Can't just save there and not have to replay it. Unfortunately, no. Jirachi is transferred to the save fully. Like, you can't revert, because when this Jirachi transfers, it resaves the game. So there is technically a way to do it, but it's kind of a glitch, so I'm avoiding it. Basically, if you save, if you see Jirachi, if you encounter the Jirachi, basically if you save in front of May, like I did right there, you do this Jirachi thing, and then you save again, or not, you hit save again and immediately turn the system off, you will corrupt the save, and it will potentially revert you back to just standing there without the Jirachi in your party, which is like, so you can just re-encounter it that way much more quickly. You just have to do this animation, you don't have to do the whole thing, but it's kind of a glitch, so I don't really do it. And so unless you want to do that, at this point, no matter what I do, I can't turn the save back to a point where there's no Jirachi, because the system is fully off, and when I turn it back on, the game is now saved with a Jirachi on it. So you have to play the whole game all the way up to that point where you get the Pokédex in order to collect the Jirachi. Now your phone's acting like a butt. Maybe it's your phone that's having the problems then. Read the Redstone one a lot, but still don't get Redstone. Redstone's the best part of Minecraft. I had so much fun with that. Hey, Mai, what's going on? Not gonna lie, always thought Shiny Torchic in Ruby was sunburned. Or just a really crispy chicken. That good old KFC. Did that save thing to get all 3 starters in silver? Oh, really? I didn't know that worked. Oh yeah, there was some like duping glitches and stuff in Gen 2, weren't there? But yeah, so even if I boot up the save now without having saved, that Jirachi's permanently on the save. So you have to start a new one. Redstone's super cool whenever you get something to work with it. Yeah. Yeah, when you start building like calculators and stuff, it's really fun. I need to work on making a lot of my redstone stuff more compact. A lot of times it'll just kind of sprawl because like I'm trying to hide it in a certain way, and it's just easy to run giant lines like 4 blocks underground and then run them along and bring them back up and stuff. And that gets bulky when like there are ways to kind of trick it. Essentially the equivalent of like using a wall to conduct your electricity or something in the real world, which is kind of a no-no. but you can kind of do it. Chick-fil-A is better. KFC is just breading. Didn't someone build a phone using redstone? Seth Bling kind of did. That was effectively a mod with like Verizon as a sponsor and stuff for it. But yeah, that existed. That did happen. It was, I forget exactly what the technology was, but basically they were like, they had like some kind of mod, so they had access to like actual sockets to like talk to phones outside of this, like to talk to an actual phone. It was interesting. Looks like BA spam is faster. A little bit. Hey, Trey Savage, what's going on? Is it bad you want to be a Bidoof? I mean, Bidoofs are all powerful, so I think that's perfectly reasonable to want to be. One thing I've wanted to do, because someone remade Pokemon Red in Minecraft. I think that would be really cool. I think they retextured a couple blocks and then used a whole bunch of command blocks and stuff and rewrote Pokemon Red from scratch. It'd be so cool to do that. Seth Bling, haven't heard that name in forever. He occasionally pops up making some stuff. I feel like he's more of a Twitch streamer now than anything. Like, I know every once in a while he'll pop up, make like a whole bunch of random resource pack type things, and like videos about those. And occasionally he'll have like some new Super Mario World speedrun exploit. But yeah, he was back from like that 2013, 2014 era of all the Minecraft YouTubers. How do you get Melmetal? So you get that from Pokemon Go, and then you can transfer it into Let's Go. You have to be able to open that like box in Go. I don't know what the requirements are for that nowadays, because I know they added some ways for you to get it without having Let's Go. Because what it was when I got Melmetal was you had to transfer a Pokemon to Go, or to Let's Go from Go, and that would unlock that box in Go, and then you could like spawn Melmetals, or you could spell Meltons. Spawn Meltons. Got my syllables all mixed up there. You can spawn Meltons then. So someone who made Sinnoh? That's pretty crazy, actually. Friend program Pokemon Crystal in one of your calculators, color and everything? Nice. When the subtitles say Fox hurts, I'm just out there wondering and hoping for the baby fox to have some amount of brain cells. Can you get it in Sword? You have to get it in Go, transfer it to Let's Go, transfer it to Home, and then it might be able to go to Sword. You can't just find it in Sword, though. The only place to like actually obtain Melton and Melmetal, I believe, is in Go. Like, there's no other way to get it yet. I believe you had to have a Switch, and it gives you it once you link it. Like, yeah, once you linked them, like that box would open for you or something. I forget the exact rules on it and stuff, but yeah, like you had to communicate between a copy of Let's Go and your Go account, and then you would get that item. I think they just had random Melton events later on though. And it was like, hey, everyone gets this box. I think. I think that was around the time they introduced Shiny Melton. Because I still need that. I still want that. But I haven't played Pokemon Go since, like, the pandemic started, really. This Link Go to Home and got a G-Max Melmetal. Ah, that's interesting. Oh, well, if you got a G-Max one, then yeah, you can transfer it in. Kind of just wanting to wait until this fox grows up to transport it to your village. Which, by the way, is less than 100 blocks away. There's just a mountain in between you and the fox. Just dig a tunnel straight through the mountain. Simple enough. Haven't played Go religiously since 2017. I played it so much, like my senior year of college. because like I got back into it solely because of like needing Melton. And like, all right, well I gotta have this account in order to do Melton, so I may as well just make a new one. Got that shiny Driftbloom like 5 minutes into playing. I was like, okay, cool, this is fun, and I kept going from there. I played it a little bit, you know, like 2019 to 2020. I think I really played it right up until Sword and Shield came out. It was kind of, you know, still the Pokemon hype going on. I was trying to just figure out what the gold gym badge looked like, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like, I was working on stuff. I had motivation to play it then. Then Sword and Shield came out. You know, that kind of took away a lot of my Pokemon motivation for a while. I stopped playing it. And then the pandemic happened, and it's like, oh, well, I guess I can't really do anything now. So yeah, that's where that ended up for me. So I haven't played it a whole lot. There's an EX raid gym, like, not that far from my apartment. I can reach it with remote passes every once in a while, but I always forget. Can't even beat the Summer Pokemon Go. Oh, you can never beat the summer the Pokemon Go came out. That was a crazy time. I still remember, like, everyone just converging on a spot that a Snorlax spawned. That was a crazy time. Then I was the only one out of, like, 50 people for it to run away on him. Hey, Firehawk, welcome to the stream. Throwback to when you were always out of your house playing Pogo in the summer of 2019. Yeah, remember when you could be out of our houses? Dig a tunnel, 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 dig a tunnel before the hyenas come. Can confirm you can transfer Melton from Go to Home, then Sword without Let's Go. I guess that's, yeah, that's true. I've never used Home, so I forget that it's an option. Oh, please leave me with 1 HP. I'm gonna have to growl. There's just no avoiding it on this one. So yeah, that would make sense that you could transfer to Home. Yeah, I never had a use for Home because I didn't transfer anything up to Sword and Shield, so there was no need to put it in Home because there's really no coming back from that, right? So I just never did it. What's Home? Basically the new version of Pokemon Bank. Okay, that's much better. You go out and find gyms to conquer and just catch Pokemon. That's nice. I'm glad they fixed a lot of the mechanics that were extremely broken back when it all started. Because I remember the most frustrating thing being just like, someone would just sit around, wait for you to beat a gym, and because you had to go through the success animation, they'd drop a Pokemon on it before you could do anything. Yeah, it's like Pokemon Bank. It's like Pokemon Bank, but like an upgraded version that like connects a whole lot more games. No one would shut up about it. I mean, it was a big thing. I just realized how outdated that Nightbot message is about the memberships. It still says YouTube Gaming. Man, yeah, that's a really old one. I gotta update that. I gotta update it to mention the Minecraft server as well. Jirachi's gonna take forever. We could get at this encounter, you never know. I'm gonna date start, not select. Once we save, we'll be good. YouTube Gaming. Weirdly, I never used YouTube Gaming. I always streamed from like the normal YouTube Studio Live thing. Yo, MC dude, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Is there a glitch for Jirachi? Kind of, but I'm not using it. There's a glitch where you can like make this reset faster, but I've just been doing it the normal way. Aside from that, like, I'm doing it fully legit, basically. You can do it a little bit faster, and like the actual Jirachi encounter is still legit, but I just decided to do every bit of it legit. I go out of my way for a lot of stuff to make sure everything's as legitimate as possible, so not gonna skip out on something this big. Mom run. I don't have running shoes. It's impossible. It's physically impossible to run without having running shoes. Which makes me wonder, what kind of shoes are these like protagonists wearing? They don't have that they don't have on like normal shoes that they can run in. I used to YouTube gaming a lot. Yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of gaming content. Like the stuff that I watched popped up on like normal YouTube. It was always like, this works better in YouTube gaming, and then I went to YouTube gaming and I'm like, this really doesn't, does it? Yeah, so MC Dude, the way you get Jirachi is just using that bonus disc feed that's above me. Basically, it's the Coliseum bonus disc. It had a gift Jirachi that's possible for it to be shiny. It just takes forever to encounter it because as soon as Jirachi is loaded into your save, it's in your save and you have to restart. And you have to go until at least the you have to go at least until you get the Pokédex before you can collect it. Had to reinstall the app and now it works. That's good to hear, MT. That's good. Sometimes they're just weird like that and glitchy. I think that's how you found streams being recommended in your YouTube gaming app. Yeah, for me, like the streams I watched, like they showed up on normal YouTube. The only time I ever think I ended up going to YouTube gaming was when I was streaming and needed to find someone to raid. Which, by the way, guys, if we can keep the stream over like 10 viewers, we'll do a raid. Not to like be like, oh, it's impossible to do a raid with less. It's just like I like having raids that are nice and hype, you know. But like, what am I trying to say? But yeah, like YouTube gaming was the better place to like find a live stream when just looking for a live stream. There was anything or like just specifically like shining out in live streams or something. But like when it came to me finding like streamers on my own, they just showed up on normal YouTube because normal YouTube supported live streaming. What's the OT for the Wishmaker Jirachi? It's Wishmaker, but I think spelled short. Because what is it? I don't think it's Wishmaker all the way out. I think it's like Wish M-A-K-R or something. There we go. That's set enough. It was much easier to find smaller streams. I feel like that's probably the case, yeah. Yeah, unless like YouTube really knows that all you're into is like the live streams and stuff, like it doesn't recommend all that many to you. But nowadays it's all rolled together. But it's a Google product, so I'm not surprised that it went away. So they come into existence, they don't do amazingly well, and then they just go away. That's how it's always been. Don't get recommended to make live streams that much? Yeah. Also, I wonder here, May went out to find her dad. How did May not come across this? Has this been discussed at any point? Has anyone ever talked about the fact that May had to have walked by this scene and does not have done anything? Hey, did we just get a crit? Alright, that looked like we got a crit. May just didn't care. She had better things to be doing. Rather than helping her dad not get attacked by a hyena, basically. Oop, didn't mean to do that. Maybe it happened after that. That's probably really what happened, but I figured it'd be funny to think about May just walking past her dad getting chased around by a level 2 Poochyena. But I mean, we walked out the door right after her, so it's not like... It must have been immediately between the two. First patch. First patch of grass. So let's run away. And the last one, too. I thought we were in the clear. Do 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 do. Alright, let's save, just in case we end up dealing with any BS from May. And I'm so glad I got all the technical difficulties ironed out, because it was really awkward on Saturday not having any audio of my own, especially with how much I like this audio. Dang, this Torchic's HP is actually lower. We only have 4 hits. Granted, I think we would have had 4 hits with our normal HP anyway. Alright, oh, we're gonna survive with 1 HP, aren't we? Please tell me we do. Or 2. Nice! There we go. What do your player characters have a dads? We never meet them except in Hoenn. They're just referenced in text. Hoenn was one exception. I don't know. I don't know. Hoenn's the only one that actually does anything with it. And I feel like really most of the Pokemon games, they don't focus on your, like, parents all too much. Because, like, they already don't put a lot of screen time into your mom. Like, they're not going to put a lot of screen time into a second parent that they're never going to really talk about. Again, outside of Hoenn, where Hoenn, like, actually kind of makes it a deal. I guess just, like, the idea is he's at work or something when you start your journey, and, like, since there's no, like, real time progression happening in the games, it's, like, especially in the original games, where it was always just, like, constantly, like, noon on a weekday or something, right? It's like, why add in any real extra stuff with that? 2 foxes have been transported to your village. Hey, congrats, Cinder. Talk to your mom once and you never talk to her again until the credits. Basically, unless you, like, really screw up early on. Alright, there we go, we can save. And as soon as it says we can turn off the power, we reset it, and here we go. Pokemon Parents, the Lost Episodes. That'll be the DLC, having a father in the next games. If you keep blacking out in the beginning, then Mom will have a bunch of screen time. Other than that, Mom's just there. I don't even think that really happened in this one. When I waited out in the May fight? Nah, nothing. Anime does well with the parents, though. I mean, the anime has a lot more time they can spend on it, right? Like, the thing with a lot of games, especially like a Pokemon game, is they're effectively a faceless, and you're just it's supposed to be a blank slate character. Like, that's the point of it. It's like, all right, well, let anyone put impressions onto this character. So there's no need for character development. The most dialogue that like a Pokemon character has is not saying anything, followed by the NPC talking to them, going, "Oh right, here's the thing you would have said." Right? Like, there's never really dialogue from the player character. Another benefit of this Jirachi encounter, guys, that I didn't even think about until now is it's almost impossible to fail it. Right? Like even if you soft reset after seeing the shiny, it's saved. Like, you've got it. You could have a power outage. It doesn't matter. You could rip the cartridge out. I mean, doing that might corrupt the save. That could be a problem. But Father doesn't let us catch Pokemon. Like how GTA references that you don't talk in online, and actually kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, a lot of games can be self-referential with that and be like, yeah. Because, I mean, there's a reason for it. It's a lot of work to try to make, like, a really personalized character, like, have dialogue, like, scripted into the game. And usually it comes off poorly, even with that amount of effort put into it. Quiet one, aren't you? Sure am. If I don't say anything, I can't incriminate myself, is basically the way the GTA logic works. Are you excited for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl? I am hopefully excited for them. Like, I am hopeful. I'm hopeful with them. I want them to be really nice. They look okay. There definitely looks like there needs to be some, like, tweaks made. But they'll be fun. I'm more excited about them at this moment than I was at this moment with... Or, like, I guess I wouldn't say at this moment with Sword and Shield, because the issues with Sword and Shield came after, like, E3. I would say at this moment, I'm more excited than, like, I was with Sword and Shield around the time that it came out. One Pokemon game where you play as an actual character, not just us. But I mean, it's an RPG. I get that doesn't mean that it has to be like a just blank slate character to fit the role of. But, like, it's supposed to be your Pokemon adventure, right? Like, it would have to be a spin-off game if they did it that way. And I mean, they could do that. It'd be interesting to see them try to do that. Yeah, I'm not sure which one I'm more excited for between the BDSP games and Legends. I think I'm tentatively excited for both. I have thoughts just on, in general, on like the whole process with those games, and like what it kind of potentially could mean going forward, right? Because it's such a drastic change from like the traditional formula for games like that. So it'll be interesting. I guess I'm really curious about them. Is probably the best way to put it. Is I'm curious about them. I want a game about Looker. He's overlooked and has a really interesting backstory. He's just kind of been there to type of games. He wasn't in Sword and Shield. He was like, was that the first time Looker hasn't been in a game in like a long time? Like since he was introduced? Or did he like, was he not in Gen 5? I feel like he'd be in Gen 5. They do him so well in the anime and they do him dirty in the games. I haven't seen him in the anime, so I wouldn't know. Looker's pretty dumb in the games. That's really my only experience with him. He's not a terrible character in there. Looker was in Gen 5. Alright, so he was in Gen 4 through 7 and then not in Gen 8. At least not that I could tell in Gen 8. That's kind of strange. Like that almost feels like more of a sign that like the games are different than like any of the other issues. It's just like they didn't, like a character that's been recurring just wasn't there anymore. Was Looker in Oras? I don't know, but like that would make sense for him not to be in because he wasn't in the original. Like I get that those were like proper like complete remakes and like Looker now existed as a character, but like I don't remember him in Oras. Ah, Battle Resort. That's why I don't remember him. I didn't go to the Battle Resort until, like, I needed a Trevenant for my Usum shiny hunting. So yeah, I never went to the Battle Resort when I was, like, actually playing Alpha Sapphire regularly. Let's save. Yeah, we can overwrite. That save deserves to get overwritten. It didn't have a Jirachi on it. It gives you a Mega Stone. Okay. This is looking like a pretty even battle. Assuming there are no crits. Why do I open my mouth, guys? Oh, come on, crit, torch it. Crit? Nope. Oh, we're fine as long as we don't... Never mind. Alright, I think we'll be okay. I think I'll just have to run this one again. I still don't think there's any need to Growl, because Growl's not going to affect a crit. Gen 6 is where they kind of went all out with him. Yeah. He shows up a good bit in Gen 7, but he mostly has post-game stuff. Admittedly. Like, I feel like his presence in Gen 7's, like, pretty significant. But, like, his storyline's his own. There we go. That's what I wanted. Kind of a small side story with Yelshbeast. Yeah, but I mean, like, he's there. Like, you know he's there. I guess I don't remember, like, his presence in Gen 6 enough to, like, truly be able to say, like, compare it. Because he's not a main character in any of the games he's in. He's always just kind of there. It's like him having, like, his own kind of side story. I think is a pretty good, like, inclusion. If you didn't know who Annabelle was, you're crazy. I don't even know who you're talking about Annabelle is now. My memory's just bad, I guess. Alright, there we go. Let's collect this Jirachi, guys. This is a strange issue that happens every once in a while. Not a big deal. Battlefront 2, remember, in Hoenn? You say, oh, if you don't know who they are, you're crazy, and then you're like, oh, I think they're this. Ah, crud. I gotta go through this animation again. There we go, now it's ready. A lot of GameCube booting up sounds. All the nostalgia of this sound's gonna, like, be ruined for people because of this stream. Because you never had to hear it on the Trico hunt. But now every encounter, every 10 minutes, you hear the Game Boy boot, or the GameCube boot up. Forever that sound will be associated with Jirachi for me. Unless we find Jirachi, like, immediately. Also, again, I stand by my opinion here that I should be able to skip this. I should be able to speed this up. It doesn't take this long to confirm that Jirachi is available for me. Alright, there we go. Let's go check this Jirachi. Let's see if we got it. Didn't mean to do that. Ah, didn't mean to do that again. Ah! 2-year-old brother watches you and he won't stop giggling. Hey! I'm glad I have his approval. Okay, who asked what the OT was? Wishmaker without, it's Wish MKR. Like the OT is Wishmaker. The original trainer name. See how fast we can speed through this. We started late, but I still want to get in all 10 encounters for today. So far we're doing pretty well, though. For having started, like I said, 10 minutes late, we're 8 minutes over the usual halfway mark of the stream, which is so we're actually moving better than the pace we need. That's pretty good. Microsoft's rebranding Xbox Live. To what? Like, I'm assuming just to be part of Game Pass. Because that's their big push. Their big push is for Game Pass more than anything else. Like, at this point, Game Pass effectively just includes Xbox Live, so why not just make it all Game Pass? Xbox Network? What? That doesn't sound right. Basically copying Sony's. It legitimately just is like PlayStation Network, yeah. That's like rebranding for the sake of rebranding. It doesn't sound like a legitimate thing. This is still just such good music. Such good music to chill out to. It doesn't sound right. Like, it just doesn't, like, that doesn't even sound like a legitimate announcement. Like, that almost, I feel like, sounds like some, like, fake rumor more than anything. Because, again, it sounds like rebranding for the sake of rebranding, which Microsoft, I feel like, has issues occasionally with branding, but that's not one of them. Like, Xbox Live is a very well-known name that they wouldn't need to change it. Like, everyone knows what Xbox Live is at this point. Gonna go look more into it. Alright. It's real? Really? That's so strange. Why would they do that? It just makes, like, no sense to me. Oh. Did not mean to actually nickname it. Yeah, so for everyone in chat, I do also have the question, because it was mentioned to me, what is everyone in chat's feelings on the Sinnoh remakes? So I saw a video yesterday kind of breaking it down a lot, and they had a lot of critiques on it, and I think they were, like, actually valid. Like, they weren't the critiques that I feel like a lot of people would levy at it, or, you know, levied at various other games. They, like, were genuine concerns. They weren't like, this is going to be terrible because I don't like it, but it was like, let's look at this and see what this means. And again, like, I'm going in with being very hopeful, and I'm very curious for how they turn out, how they feel. But the critiques also definitely, like, I think were valid in many ways. So I want to know what, like, people's thoughts are in general on, like, BDSP and on like Legends as well, I guess. Fine with the remakes, pretty pumped for them. Like how it's a proper remake using the old style. Probably gonna take a break from Minecraft, getting back on this current realm you're working on a bit later. Maybe next on your list is making a zombie spawner farm. Alright. Good plan. Found a zombie spawner practically on the surface, right next to the village you started working on. Absolute recipe for disaster, quite frankly. Yeah, I don't see how that could possibly go wrong. Legends is a good sign Game Freak listened to us and are finally doing something different. That's fair. That's true. I'm excited for it. But I again stand by my thought with Legends that I really hope it stays a separate, like, part of the franchise. I'd love to see them succeed, and I'd love to see more of them. But I want those alongside proper, like, Gen 9 games, right? Because I've said this before. There's something that Pokemon does in their formula that I enjoy, that makes me enjoy it despite not being an RPG person otherwise. Like, aside from, like, Pokemon as an RPG, I play racing games, I play FPS, I've gotten into Metroidvanias with, like, Hollow Knight. Really, only Hollow Knight as well. For me, it's like, some games just have a feel that lets me enjoy them despite not being a big fan of the, like, genre on whole. So, for me, and I know I might be in the minority with that, like, my concern would be to just basically turn Pokemon into another generic RPG with time. I don't think they will. I feel like Legends having that subtitle to it of Legends means that it's a separate thing. Hoping Legends does well, because if Legend does well, Game Freak might take it to the main series. See, here's where we differ. I want Legends to do well so it can remain its own part of the series. Like, that's my thing. I don't want an open world Pokemon. I don't want main Pokemon games to be open world. That's me. Again, I know that's me. I know there are people who do want that. I don't want that. I don't think the Pokemon formula works. The Pokemon formula as it is works open world. And the changes required to make it work open world is so different, it may as well not be the Pokemon formula. That's just my thoughts on it. Totally, everyone's in their right to have their own opinion. My opinion's probably not the biggest one. But for me, it's like there's something with the feel of Pokemon as it is now that they can kind of keep. They iterate on it for sure. Do little things. You can't stagnate entirely, but open world's too much in my opinion. Pokemon formula is getting old and Game Freak is getting bored, so that's probably why the remakes are being handed off to Ilka and Game Freak taking the series in a new direction. That might be the case, but again, that's what I like about Pokemon. I like that it's a thing that exists in its state. Respect it, see where you come from. Yeah, and I totally understand that too. And that's why I hope that we can get a game like Legends to stick on its own. So we can get a Gen 9, and we can get new games, we can get a new region, we can get some new Pokemon, and we keep the same traditional stuff, because so much is built around that. There's 25 years of Pokemon existing as it exists. So yeah, at that point you can kind of also argue, it's been 25 years of basically the same thing. Every other franchise that has lasted anywhere near that long is drastically different than the first game, where it's still pretty recognizable. If you were to play Sword and Shield or Sun and Moon, and then also play, and then you were also to play Red, or Green, literally the first games, Red and Green Japanese versions. You go, yeah, that's just technology's gotten better. They can show you it better. That's all that's changed with that. And it's yeah, that makes sense. And so it's I can see how most games don't stay that consistent, but I think the consistency is something to be kind of praised. And I think if Game Freak is able to make Legends and they're able to make proper main games and do both well, again, they really just need to expand their workforce. If they can do both of those, I think that can save their boredom. They can keep the franchise from feeling stale. And you can pull in other traditional RPG fans who like open world games and like the kind of stuff that I feel Legends will bring to the table. But you can also keep that very core audience who their comfort zone is Pokemon as it is, and you're not stepping out too far. You're not changing this game on them. Which again, if they change the later games, the current games still have that old formula. You're not forced to go play the games with the new formula. You can play the old ones. No one's making you buy a game you don't want to play. So I get that too. They're all in their right if they want to change it. They totally can. That's just my thought, is I like the idea of Pokemon staying as it is. But I also know that it's how would you keep it the way it is? It's hard to really set up a good foundation for this is how I would keep Pokemon like this, given how the environment in which you play Pokemon has changed so much since Game Boy days. Pokemon is now a home console game. That it is. You play it on a system that plays on the TV. You can port it around, but that's not the main use case. I play Pokemon on a screen, on a monitor now, with a controller that is separate from the device I'm playing it on. Unless I go back and play the old games, which I play very regularly. So it's in that sense, the form factor of Pokemon has changed so much. Does that mean that the whole system is more valid for the whole system to have to change now? like for the whole thing to have to change. I mean, they talk about the whole direct talked about a new era of Pokemon. Once it came to the Legends side of it, it's like a new era of Pokemon is starting. So like, yeah, what does that mean going forward? Hey, Light, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How have you been doing? You found your tiny chunky Pikachu keychain again. Hey, that's awesome one. Got yourself chunky Pikachu. And thank you everyone for getting the stream to 10 likes. I really appreciate that. So yeah, that's all that rant to say. I'm excited for Legends, and I hope it is successful in becoming its own part of the Pokemon franchise. Like, have it be part of the main lore, and most games are canon in some sense, even if they're on like a different timeline, just because like when you've remade Kanto 3 times, different functionality is there. So like you can't just like make Kanto in one way and call it like so like in that regard you have that, but like everything's part of the same like canon. So you know, in that regard, like they're all the same, but I feel like having Legends be like a core part of the franchise where you get main like traditional games and you get your Legends games and you get a couple spin-offs, but Legends isn't a spin-off as much as it is like, I'm trying to think of something like honestly a perfect example of this right now, like a completely different genre of games, different franchise, different developers, different system. Forza and Forza Horizon, like Forza Motorsport and Forza Horizon, they are both successful in their own right. One is like, they're both simcades, let's be honest. Forza Motorsport is not like a true racing sim. Nothing designed for controller really is, just by virtue of a controller, but that's a different thing. You have Forza Motorsport, which is designed to be a more serious racing game. You're trying to hit things perfectly. You're trying to, you know, improve your racing lines. You're trying to have like actual serious racing. Forza Horizon, open world, go drive your Lamborghini off like a hill. Literally like the core game and the open world version of the game. Both are successful and they cater to different audiences, but they're in the same like franchise. They have the same name and all that stuff. Do that. That's fine. I'd love for that to be the model. Where they're almost effectively on different release schedules even. Like you don't have to, they're on different engines if one's open world and one's not. Have your Gen 9 come out, but you could have had like 2 other Legends games come out, or you could have had only like 1, or you could go to Gen 10 before the next Legends. That's totally fine. Like they can have their own release cycles. You know, actually have them have different development resources and like truly have like these sister game series basically in the same franchise. Like do that. I'd love that. Not bad. How about you? I'm doing pretty well. What's this? This is Jirachi. We're hunting for Jirachi using the Coliseum bonus disc from North America. That was kind of given out. I think it's like a pre-order thing with Coliseum. You can collect a Jirachi onto your save, and it's possible for it to be shiny. No shiny locks or anything. So we're hunting for that. Forza Horizon is amazing. Yeah, exactly. And it's vastly different from Motorsport, but it didn't stop Motorsport from being made. Like, I think that's where it should go. I think that's where Legends should go. Assuming Legends does well, and assuming that the formula they have shows true promise. I think the worry a lot of people have is, will there be any, like, meat to the games? And I think that's a valid thing. That's going to be part of seeing what Legends Arceus brings to the table. So I'm hopeful. I am hopeful. Because I want them to succeed. I genuinely want Legends to succeed. And again, but at the same time, I don't want Legends to bleed into and change what the main games are. I want them to, they can have their boundaries and they can cater to their different groups, right? Effectively, if you have one successful open world Pokemon franchise, don't make both of them open world, because you already have the thing that satisfies open world fans. And so having the thing that satisfies people who aren't open world fans is also healthy. Is it okay if you ask why you're starting fresh if you're hunting Jirachi? Like, what do you mean by starting fresh? Like, restarting the save? You have to. There's one glitch that makes it where you don't, but I'm avoiding glitches for this. When you collect the Jirachi, it saves your game. So you can't, like, collect Jirachi and soft reset. you have to like start a new save to get rid of your Jirachi, unless you want to like glitch it and corrupt it and do some stuff that I'm not very comfortable doing with my save. So we have to go and we have to, collect the Torchic, we have to go battle May, we have to do all this stuff every single time and get the Pokedex. Because that is the requirement for collecting Jirachi, is having the Pokedex. Presumably, you have no functionality to catch other Pokemon really until then. See where you're coming from, a mix of classic and new. Yeah, exactly. Like the thing is, I totally get it. I totally get the idea of like, if you're someone like Masuda, like your job for a quarter of a century has been focused around a singular style of Pokemon games. That's a lot. That's a long time. It is longer than I have been alive that Pokemon games are like, have been the same way. And to be like in charge of it for almost that long. Like 20 years at this point, I get that. It becomes like, alright, we can do something else now. So I get the idea of wanting to do other things, and that's why, branch out. And like, if they do end up ditching the classic Pokemon formula, I'll be upset, but I won't be upset with them. It'll be more like a disappointment and like, man, that thing I like isn't continuing to get made. But it's no reason to get mad. I mean, that'd effectively be no different than the franchise stopping, right? Gee, how do you have this much patience? Because I really want this frickin' Jirachi. Jirachi's my favorite mythical. It's one of my favorite Pokemon, and I'm just hype. I'm just so hype. Also, practice. It's not like this is my first shiny hunt or anything. Even if this one takes the like 7,000 plus encounters it would be, that's still nothing compared to like my time shiny hunting other stuff. So I don't really have an issue with it. Excuse me. Now, do we both have high defense stats, or do we just both have bad offensive stats? There we go. Literally, it's so impossible to satisfy video game fans. I've said this so many times, and like, clearly, I mean, the internet makes it way easier to be, upset and about everything and whatnot. But like, again, I feel like the two game approach satisfies the most people. You will continuously have the people that's like, if you do go that route and you have a classic game and a Legends game, Legends fans will be so upset every time they see something related to a not Legends game, and people who aren't fans of Legends will be so upset every time they see something related to a Legends game. That's how it is. I don't know why people just get that upset over it, but they do. They do. That's just how the internet lets that happen really easily, or lets people be vocal about it really easily. Yeah. But I've said before, like, the Pokemon franchise is so large and the fan base is so big that the vocal minorities of various groups in the Pokemon franchise are larger than the entire, like, fan bases of other games. Like, that's how it is. So, like, the level of like, insanity that can happen in, this, like, level to which, like, you can see, like, backlash from fans in the Pokemon franchise is insane. You probably couldn't pay me enough to be the person who has to manage, like, the Pokemon Twitter account. Like, no. That amount of, like, just immediate negative feedback. And they had something one day where they're like, hey, artists, like, if you have, like, fan art of, like, Scorbunny, draw Scorbunny in, like, your style. Like, just because, like, they've really been doing a lot of, like, the, like, kind of outreach to fans and stuff recently, as far as, like, during all Black History Month, they showed off all these black cosplayers and stuff, and it was like, that's awesome, that's really cool. Show off, like, fans of your franchise and stuff. Like, yeah, do that. So, like, doing that with artists, and then, like, every single comment was just this negative like spew of like, oh, don't exploit. I was like, they're not. Like, why are you jumping to these conclusions? Like, I couldn't imagine having to be in charge of an account that like it's just like, hey, we know you like this thing, just like show your love for it. Like, we want to see it. And like everyone's like, screw you. It's like, why? Why are you like this? Right? Or like, yeah, just anything with it. And there's also the other side of it, and this is the side I actually am less of a fan of because you're doing it to real people. And like it's one thing to tell off like a company social media account. It's another thing to like be trying to like, you know, have terrible interactions with like other like just real people. Like they're real people running the account, but like you're still just talking at Pokemon. You're not talking at like Pokemon Twitter intern or anything, you know. But like the biggest thing to me that annoys me more than anything when talking about like games and stuff is when you criticize a game for any reason. They're just like, oh, well, you just don't like it. They're like, you know, just stop hating on it. It's like hating and critiquing are very different things, and like blatantly just telling anyone who disagrees with you to like that you like don't agree with to just shut up is like ridiculously unhealthy. So see how mad people get when literally anything gets announced about WoW ever? Like, we're turning some dungeons to make them less hard. Oh, but I beat it when it was harder. Why are you making it easier for other people to beat it? There's always someone like, oh, and you waited this long to do that? What about other kind of overtuned dungeons that people are still managing to beat anyways? I like people that are beating them. They're just trying to make it a more enjoyable experience. For everyone. Yeah. You're always going to have that. You're always going to have that, especially with online. I mean, when anyone is immediately able to just unfiltered, like, just spray out, like, their thoughts like that, it's like, nothing against that inherently. Everyone has the right to their opinion. You should be able to share it. Agreed. Fully with that. But, like, sometimes just, like, think before you tweet back at them. Like, come on. WoW fans being toxic? Never. No, that never happens. So I wanted to check in. Alright, I'll see you later, late. I totally missed you saying bye there. Hope you have a good rest of your day. It was good seeing you. Alright, we got 3 more encounters and we got 30 minutes. I like those odds. I've actually sped this up a good bit, I feel. I'm gonna be very surprised if this is the first Jirachi stream that has like that like stays under the 2 hours, yet we started with technical difficulties. Trying to speed run. I should do a speed run of this game after Jirachi. I'll have the first like 10 minutes down real well. Right. Man, remember? I don't know if any. I don't know. I don't think anyone who's in the stream right now would remember back to then. But I remember with that Trico hunt, every 50 encounters, we redid the whole save. Man, and I always thought this part was long, and now I have to do this every single time. Be Ian's only fan. But is not everyone in chat my fan? I thought everyone on the internet was my fan. Do I only have one? For shame. Hey, Pugiana missed. Nice. Well, that's unfortunate. I was hoping to knock it down in two. But there we go, it's down. I didn't mean to nickname it, but I'm spamming A! Come on. Alright, and let's save. Yeah, doing that save there has absolutely saved us a lot of time. Compare it to the first stream, where with May we would just get bodied and have to walk all the way back up. Yeah, I mean it costs what 5-10 seconds per encounter, but saves us a solid minute per loss against her. Alright, just no crits from Mudkip, and I think we'll be okay. Alright, and as long as we don't miss, which I don't think Scratch can, I think Scratch is 100%. There we go. Good, good, good. Man, now I just have the urge to just play through Gen 3 proper now. Outside of this hunt, actually just play Gen 3. I have all 5 games in my Japanese collection now. So I could do that. I could play through one of those. I think it'd be difficult to play in Japanese, it'd be harder to enjoy it playing in Japanese because I'd be absolutely wanting to read every line and make sure I understood it and all that stuff, and that just kind of takes you out of it, right? For the most part, it wouldn't affect anything, though. The hardest part would be Pokemon moves. Knowing what any of the Pokemon moves do and not having to look at the summary every time to figure out which were attacks. There you go, and save. Restart. And here we go. This is the most skilled part of this, you gotta get everything just right to make sure Jirachi shows up. This is all perfectly timed. It'd be nice if it didn't try to do the berry glitch thing, or fix the berry thing. But it will. It doesn't cost too much time. This whole Jirachi animation, though, that does cost a significant amount of time. But nothing to do about that. Nothing can be done about that. No skipping it. I feel like we're getting better at these encounters. Like the first stream, definitely we had a lot of 15+ minute encounters, and now we I think we've kind of got it down pat at this point. Like there's just RNG. I mean, May can just beat you with Mudkip. May can crit. That ends it. That first battle's pure luck. That's really the only, like... I was gonna say that's the only luck in this hunt, but what are we doing? Like, we're shiny hunting. The only luck in this, though, is if Mudkip beats us or not. No luck in the Jirachi thing. I still need to fix that battery problem. I got my soldering iron, but I'm kind of scared to try using it, because the only things I need to solder are a cartridge that already has, like, shinies on it, and a cartridge that I'm trying to get shinies with. I guess realistically I can pull the battery out as practice. Yeah, that wouldn't hurt anything. One of the big concerns is, like, I can't get another copy back quickly. There we go. Definitely the right time. I should start doing my streams at like 10 a.m. so that like I actually am setting the clock correctly. What's crazy to think is that this hunt could take so long that genuinely, if I don't fix that battery, and we were to get Jirachi on the same like encounter, like it could potentially save us legitimately entire like streams worth of time. Alright, got better at that part because I've been talking to that kid like twice every single one. Perch, just give me the Pokedex now. We all know I'll be back. Please. Just let me take it. We could cut these resets in half if we didn't have to go all the way up to Battle May. Last patch. One of these is going to be shiny at some point, I know it. There's no getting around it, it's going to happen. Ah. I love this theme. Such good music. Favorite song that we hear in this reset, which isn't a lot of songs, but they're all bangers, so like this one's just the most banging, I guess. I guess that's the way that you kids say it now. Oh, come on. Don't crit, don't crit, don't crit, don't crit. Okay, good. The most stressful battle. Honestly, I feel like May has some of the, like, worst battles. Not, like, worst as in they're awful and I don't want to do them, but, like, in just... May honestly has some of those brutal battles to attempt to do. This one's pure luck. You know, like, your Pokemon are so equally statted at this point. I guess it's... No, I take that back. It's not pure luck. Usually you have battled other Pokemon before now. You have leveled up before you come to May. It's actually kind of gracious of them, probably, to let it even be 50-50. Or slightly better than 50-50, depending on the Pokemon you pick. Excuse me. But there is that one May battle that's just awful. It's just absolutely terrible. Don't crit merch? There we go. Have that and then have crit lip. Alright, we're so close, we're so close! One last piece of dialogue and then we can save! There we go, and we can save. Home crashing on your phone? That's so strange, MT. I wonder what's causing it. Like, I don't know. What would be causing that? Like I understand like it happening once in a reinstall fixing it. That happens. That's technology. But twice? But for it to keep going, man, I'm sorry. That's so strange. Still willing to trade your level 2 Rattata for your shiny? Tempting. Alright. Let's check. I did not mean to do that. Let's check. Darn. One more encounter, guys. One more encounter for today. Then we'll potentially look at raiding. Chat's kind of quiet, so I don't know if people are in a raiding mood. But people are. People want to do a raid. We can do a raid. You were here? Alright. We got at least one. We got at least one for it. That's enough. No matter the size of the raid, all that matters is the spirit. We'll find someone. We'll find someone who's live. I don't know who's on right now. I might as well go ahead and check while doing some dialogue stuff here. Chat's quiet, eh? Yeah. What's the best type of cheese? Swiss or provolone? One of the two. I could probably have an argument with myself over that, but Swiss or provolone, for sure. Keep misclicking buttons. There's another person hunting a Jirachi. We might just have to raid them for the sake of continuing the Jirachi hype. What's your favorite type of cheese, Kooky? Alright, there we go. Off to find May. Alright, that was great. No encounters. Sweet. Y'all, I just realized there's a typo in my thumbnail. I don't know how I didn't notice it, but there's been a typo in my thumbnail this whole time. I gotta fix that. Maybe that'll help the stream. So this is an I in Hunt on my thumbnail. Oh, this Mudkip's stronger than me. Thank you. Thank you, we needed that. We weren't going to win otherwise. Oh, that was very lucky. Just gotta start getting this disc ready here. Okay. There we go. Coliseum disc all ready. Getting ready for our last encounter of the day, guys. Here we go. Alright, so it's doing its transfer. It's doing its thing. All right. It's almost there. Cool. Let's check this thing. Alright guys, let me know if you're still up for a raid. As we're doing our final encounter right now. Let's see. Dang, no shinies for us today. Oh well. Oh well. Alright, I don't see anyone in chat. So, thank you guys for watching the stream. It's fun hanging out with everyone again tonight. Hope to see you all again tomorrow. We'll be hunting more Jirachi. Hope to just see you guys throughout the rest of the week. We'll be doing some Dynamax adventures. We got the battle tournament on Saturday. If you want to participate in that, it's Gen 8 OU rules. Join the Discord. React to our message in the announcements channel. And hope to see you there. So yeah, thank you guys again for watching. And I will catch you all again next time. Until then, take care.